Blue Lock chapter 343 just dropped and the Loki and Hugo duo is absolutely insane. We finally got their backstory, France is starting to dominate again, Isagi is still struggling, and a lot more happens in this chapter. But before we get into it, leave a like and subscribe for more Blue Lock content every single week. So, the chapter starts 2 years ago at a French under-18 training camp. Hugo is explaining tactics to his teammates in a very detailed way. He says that if someone slips behind the defense at around 20 miles per hour and the pass is delivered at least 27 feet per second, then the play should look like this and this. Then he asks if they understand, but his teammates are completely lost. One of them says it's impossible, another asks if he really thinks this deeply about football while playing, and someone else calls him crazy, wondering if it's all calculations or just intuition. Hugo, on the other hand, thinks this is completely normal, but the reality is that the others are just on a much lower level than him, and he starts to feel disappointed. He begins searching for the perfect conditions to achieve his dream, to win the World Cup 4 times. He needs the right environment, the right coach, the right team, and most importantly, the right relationship where he can thrive as the second best. And for that, he needs a world-class #1 striker. Noah is already pushing 30, so even if France wins with him, it might only happen once or twice. Hugo wants more than that. He's still looking for the perfect players to build his vision around. Then Hugo calls out one of his teammates, saying he's too slow and that he'll never become the world's best like that. The striker gets angry, grabs Hugo and tells him he's not his tool and doesn't care about his ideas. He reminds him that he is the striker here, but Hugo fires back immediately, saying he overestimated him and that he's just a mid-level striker, probably around 130th in the world. That completely sets him off and he's about to punch Hugo. And that's when Hugo realizes something important. Strikers are absolute egoists. Then Loki steps in and stops the situation. He calmly says that the guy just lacks talent and then asks the coach if they can replace everyone here. The coach then announces that Loki is being promoted from a lower level to join the team. Loki says clearly that he wants to win the World Cup multiple times and that anyone who can keep up should just leave. Everyone is shocked, but Hugo is the only one who looks impressed. He finally found the #1 he was looking for. Then Loki says that the world is cruel. The talentless can never beat the talented, and Hugo agrees. At the end of the day, the talented and the talentless will never truly understand each other. Hugo's only goal is to win the World Cup 4 times. Loki teases him a bit, saying he's dead serious about it and calls his dream adorably tyrannical. Then we cut back to the present match. Hugo starts moving forward while Loki suddenly drops back. Isagi is confused and can't understand what's happening. Layden even asks Hugo if they're using this tactic. Both wingers start closing into the middle and the entire formation begins to shift. And Hugo enters his robot mode and starts dribbling forward. Blue Lock player starts panicking. Kunigami rushes in to stop Hugo, trying to use his physicality to shut him down. But at the exact moment, Loki appears again. France has pulled all of Blue Lock into the midfield and now they're attacking the empty space behind them. Loki accelerates forward and of course, no one can keep up with his speed. Aiko desperately runs after him, even considering a risky tackle that could result in a red card, but then he realizes something. Loki isn't even looking at the ball. He already knows where it's going. Then Hugo speaks. Running at 23 miles per hour with a backseam pass at 28 feet per second, that's the level required to become the best in the world. The narration adds that Hugo knows this combination of his talent and Loki's is something that appears maybe once in 50 years. Then Kagamaru realizes the situation. He admits to himself that he's basically done. There's nothing he can do to stop Loki now. Loki activates Predator Eye, he takes the shot and scores a perfect goal. Even Aiko is right behind him, desperately trying to stop him, but it's too late. Hugo's vision is clear. He wants to change the history of football and create a new legend. And that's where the chapter ends. Honestly, this chapter was really good. The entire match has been delivering non-stop action every week. France scores again, and this time Loki is finally playing seriously. We all knew it was coming, and right now, Blue Lock looks cooked. They might lose this game badly, maybe something like 5-2. I can honestly see Loki scoring a hat-trick and completely dominating the match, and Isagi is still doing nothing. At this point, he should probably get benched. I'd honestly like to see new players in the next match against England. Maybe Otoya, maybe Nanase, and I really like to see Sando gets some minutes too. But let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments. Is this the best match so far? Can Blue Lock still come back, or is France just too strong? Leave a like, subscribe, and see you on the next one.